welcome to the first ever episode, video, whatever you want to call it, of Blabber Mouth. Yeah! I have too much energy on a daily basis, and I talk a lot to people, and I also have a need to learn more things. So to keep myself accountable with keeping up with learning about the world and its things, and also not annoying the people around me, I have decided to start this little project of mine. Don't watch this if you don't want to waste your time. If you're cool with wasting your time, great. Then I guess you can keep going. 2 people are probably ever going to view this. Shout out mom. Shout out the bots of YouTube. Here's the premise of how this is going to go. So I'm going to start with one topic. I'm going to go through 5 topics total, but the first topic will be something random that I pick before coming in. Everything else, don't know crap about and don't know what they're going to be. It's going to be like a game of telephone. So based on the first topic will lead me to a little thought, I wonder about this, until we reach the 5th topic. And then at the end, I'm going to have to try and link the 5th topic to the first topic. Got it? Confusing? Makes sense to me. So the first topic is something I'm very passionate about, and we will get into it. The question of the day might sound simple. You might think, this girl's dumb. But no. The question is, are peanuts nuts? So the Google overview from the search says, no, peanuts are not nuts in the botanical sense. They are legumes. Are you kidding me? They literally have nut in the title.
Bruh.
Where do you get, I guess because they look like peas and they're like nut size, but why would you call them peanuts? And then again, why do people have peanut allergies? So does that mean they have legume allergies? Let's check it out. Do people with peanut allergies have an allergy to legumes? Okay, most individuals with peanut allergy can't tolerate other legumes.
Huh?
So fewer than 5 to, but why? I don't even know if I want to go down this road. Why are people allergic to peanuts? It's the body's immune system. Okay, we get that. Isn't that like all allergies? Rub dust in my nostrils and I'll sneeze, like duh.
Bruh.
It's genetics. That doesn't make sense. Okay, let me get more refined with my search. Why are people allergic to peanuts but not other legumes? I was going to say other nuts, but we're going to be a little spicy with our searches. While peanuts are legumes, people can be allergic to them, and they don't necessarily have a chance to be allergic to other legumes like beans, peas, or lentils. Peanut allergies are common, but individuals with peanut allergies can often tolerate other legumes, so some may experience cross reactivity and have reactions to other legumes like lupin. What the hell is lupin? I don't think I want to go down this further, but let's explore the peanut topic a little more. What is peanut butter made of? Peanut butter, peanut allergy, peanuts, like, shouldn't it be nuts? So I'm thinking in my head, peanuts, okay, now we know they're legumes, not actual nuts, so it's legume butter. Peanut butter is primarily made from roasted nuts, yeah, duh. It often includes ingredients like salt, sugar, and stabilizers, whatever. Okay, but I'm not saying, where's the butter? Where is it? Is there butter in peanuts?
Huh?
No. Okay, that's fine. What makes a peanut allergy different than a nut allergy?
Huh?
Peanut allergy differs from a tree nut allergy because peanuts are legumes, not tree nuts. We get that. Oh, the tree nuts. Got it. Tree nuts, why? That's going to be our next question because I'm kind of done with the peanut topic. Actually, let's see, why do people have allergies in general? Let's go a little metaphysical here. It overreacts to harmless substances. So people with allergies, you're weak. You're weak. Me too, because look at this second one right here, dust mites. Hypocritical, sneezing, runny nose, itchy eyes, hives, wheezing, anaphylaxis. Isn't anaphylaxis a person who scammed a bunch of people in the art and has to wear a house arrest bracelet?
Bruh.
Histamines. What are histamines? Histamines is a chemical compound that plays a crucial role in various bodily functions, including immune responses, inflammation, and even regulating the sleep-wake cycle. Okay. So pretty much it's the communicator between the cells. So if the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, is the histamine kind of like the gossip of like the powerhouse? Okay, slay girl. Can a histamine obstruct my sleep cycle? Because if it's saying that it communicates and whatever, well, I guess if you're having an allergy attack, it can like make you like, ah. Let's ask. A histamine is a neurotransmitter that plays a role regulating the sleep-wake cycle, and high levels can lead to insomnia and fragmented sleep. Can a histamine occur without an allergy? I think so. This is a lot of science stuff for me, and I worked all day and I can't even comprehend it.
Bruh.
Were there histamines in the Lorax movie? Let's see. Do the Cindy Lou Who's of that cinematic universe, do they get allergies? The Lorax is okay, we get what the Lorax was. People, they're trying to cut down the trees, whatever. Oh my god, whoa. While the characters experience negative effects from the pollution, such as the hummingfish developing clogged gills and the swamami swans suffering from smogulus smoke, the film doesn't delve into the precise biological mechanisms of allergies or the role of histamines in those reactions. Okay, but if the Lorax was scientifically correct, do you think they would have worse histamine or better histamine? I know I'm not using that correctly, but do you think that their allergies would be worse or better because pollution, tree pollen, or do they kind of like, people don't really notice, they think histamine is a histamine, right? All right. Smogulus smoke, like you want that smogulus smoke. I'm gonna start using that when I want to like fight somebody. You want smogulus smoke. I don't fight, so unfortunately I don't think I'll ever be able to use that phrase because I'm scared. So oh, let's ask this. What kind of diseases, since we don't know if they're affected by histamines or not because they didn't go into that, what kind of disease can people in the Lorax movie get? The fictional world of the Lorax depicts the devastating impact of industrial activity and unchecked greed on the environment. Yeah, whatever. Respiratory issues, the smogulus smoke. Okay. Digestive problems. The barbaloots suffer from the crummies and gas due to the lack of truffula fruit caused by deforestation. You hear it here first. Constipation is real and alive in the Lorax cinematic universe. The Lorax can get diarrhea. Oh my god, could you imagine the Lorax? He's all orange. He's like, hey, don't cut down my trees. Yo, can't do that. No, sir. I got diarrhea. What was the cloth thing in the Lorax that they were all trying to get, right? Thneed, okay? The thneed is like this stuff, this fabric that can be like, okay, it says here shirt, sock, hat, scarf, or even a sponge. Pretty much like the everything tool of the cloth world that you can get from cutting down the trees there. So technically the thneed could qualify as toilet paper in the Lorax movie. Did they use thneed as toilet paper in the Lorax movie? I'm just trusting full on Google with this. They could be feeding me lies. I don't know. They're highly versatile. So yeah. Cleaning cloths, clean your booty, but it doesn't mention them explicitly being used as toilet paper. But let's think about it. The Lorax, he's again orange mustache. He's like, don't cut down my toilet paper emporium. Do you think he was just kind of harboring all the thneed because he was starting to get diarrhea from the pollution? You need to leave. Think about it. So the idea that thneed could potentially be used for such a mundane purpose highlights the manufactured need for these products in the narrative. Okay, so pretty much that's a yes. They were using thneed for toilet paper. I'm not going to judge. All I'm going to say is, okay, histamine. What that histamine do? Anyway, I need to move on, okay? Thneedville is fake. Wait a second. There's a link here that says, I was just watching the Lorax 2012 movie and noticed something kind of weird. Everything in that stupid plastic town, Thneedville, is fake. We see Ted's family eating some weird synthetic gelatin food because there was obviously no plants. Yeah. There was no cows, goats, animals, whatever. I think that is kind of the point. Like consumerism, we overuse our resources. So I don't think this is like that far-fetched of a theory. What would happen if all plants died? It would trigger a catastrophic cascade of events leading to the collapse of most ecosystems and ultimately the extinction of nearly all life on Earth. So this Lorax movie, they kind of got a point. Humans, we would succumb to starvation. So we would eat like this gelatin type substance, whatever they're eating in Lorax, and then we would die. Okay, do you have gluten-free gelatin? I don't know if gelatin's already gluten-free. Don't quote me on that. But do you have vegan gelatin? Do you have vegan gelatin? I can't think of anything else. So our oxygen would be depleted, soil erosion, altered climate, fungal dominance. Fungal dominance? Okay. Let's think about this. What would happen if all oxygen disappeared for 5 seconds? Say we're in the Lorax. They chop down all the thneed trees or whatever to make the thneed, or I don't know what the heck. Life is like, its plants are all dead now. There's nothing more to capitalize on. Because of that, there's nothing really living except for whatever those freaking creatures in the Lorax are. I don't know, they all got botched nose jobs, that's for sure. Most humans and animals wouldn't notice a difference in breathing. Oh. However, the world would experience significant, potentially catastrophic changes. The sky would darken, concrete structures would crumble, and untreated metals would fuse together. What? How does the lack of oxygen fuse metals together? Because, like, do they melt? I don't know. I mean, I bet oxygen, because there's like a little bit of hydrogen in there, helps kind of cool the planet down. Can you tell I didn't like science? Okay, in the absence of oxygen, specifically in a vacuum, two clean flat metal surfaces of the same type can fuse together due to cold welding. This happens because the oxygen in the air typically forms a thin oxide layer on metal surfaces, preventing direct contact and bonding between them. I don't know. Your phone is connected to the charger, perhaps, and all of a sudden you can't get it out because that 5 seconds of not having oxygen, it welded the metals together. Yikes. What is cold welding? Because I have no heckin' idea. I don't know what that is. Oh my God. If someone texted me this, I'd say, yeah, I'm not reading that paragraph. How do you make an oxide film? Chemical reactions, physical vapor. Oof. Vapors might save the planet now because they're going to prevent the cold welding of metals when oxygen leaves our atmosphere for approximately 5 seconds because we harvested all that we need in the world. I don't know about you, but at the end of the day, I blame the peanut allergists. Huh? How many people have peanut allergies? 2 to 4 million people. And that's more than a small town in the Midwest. Imagine we put all those people in a town. Let's put them in the Lorax town where everything's fake and there's no plants or anything like that. And let's just over harvest all the thneed because their histamines are just acting up. Okay, let's pretend the truffle trees have peanuts in them. They grow peanuts. So let's put 2 to 4 million people in Thneedville that we're going to create, and we're going to do experiments. And because capitalism, this has to take place in America. Let's harvest all the thneed, not looking good for them. And then because of that, oxygen leaves the atmosphere for 5 seconds because, you know, it takes some time to like actually get assistance and to get the government involved and be like, hey, can you send them some resources or the peanut people are going to die, you know? So we finally get to them, but unfortunately it's been 5 seconds and there's been no oxygen there. All of their metals have combined together and they've been cold welded. You know, when they take little towns and they turn them into like nuclear testing sites, that is going to be the modern day Lorax versus peanut allergy versus legume testing subject area. You guys have been ozoned. Nut area 1, nut testing. No nut like home. Cold welding my nuts. Okay, well, I think I've learned enough about oxidation film and peanuts and their legumes and why people have allergies and histamines and the Lorax, honestly, and about what would happen if oxygen left the planet for 5 seconds. It could be happening right now and none of us would really notice. So you might want to think about that. Okay, well, this was fun. I kind of tired myself out, so I think this thing is gonna work. If you made it to the end of the video, why? Don't you have something better to do? Okay, bye!